Hey everyone, good morning. This is Gail Dudley with your news in motion. Today is Tuesday, September the 22nd, 2020. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Good morning, Kim Hill. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Happy fall. I guess we can say today starts fall. So happy fall. Good morning, my brother Lewis. Good morning, Pastor Alex Williams. So yeah, happy fall to everyone. Today begins fall. And I'm also sad to report. They're saying that scientists are saying that what they feared the most is happening as the weather shifts. The coronavirus numbers begin to increase. They're already seeing an uptick even now. So that's a bit of bad news. But the other great news today being the National Day of Voter Registration. The National Day of Voter Registration happens right now. Hopefully you have your plans in place. But I do have a little news before we get there. I want to go ahead and start with the coronavirus numbers since there has been a uptick in the numbers. Y'all remember I go to the World Health Organization. I bypass the CDC. There are 7,046,216 cases. There are 204,506 deaths. He knew. There are 4,299,525 that have recovered. So those are the numbers. Again, they're saying that what they feared the most, good morning, Jacqueline, what they feared the most, they are seeing an uptick in the coronavirus cases. And today begins our fall season. All right, y'all. Some of you may have seen some articles going around with, good morning, Brenda Randleman, where the Louisville Police Department have canceled all vacations, awaiting the decision on Breonna Taylor, on her murder. The fact that they even sent out to cancel, all police had to cancel their vacation, sends a unrest to my spirit. And I'll just be honest. Good morning, Kenya. Sends an unrest to my spirit. It is almost setting the atmosphere that something is going to happen. But here's the truth. I think something's going to happen. I hate to feel that way. Either way. If they charge the police officers, I believe something's going to happen. If they don't charge the police officers, I believe something's going to happen. So going back to my inspirational message on yesterday, everyone, we have to pray. We must pray. This is a time that we need to be on our knees, on our face, walking, taking back territory. We have to pray. There are 7 positions of prayer, and I think it's time for us to get uncomfortable and decide on one of those 7 positions of prayer and find ourselves in that position of prayer for a long time to come until we see something. I believe God is already moving, but I believe it is also up to us. He says, if my people who are called by my name will turn from their wicked ways, confess. Now I'm paraphrasing the scripture, so don't say, well, that's not what it says. I'm just giving you what's in my heart. I know what the scripture says. But if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, will turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven. Then, so y'all, we have to turn from whatever wicked ways that we're doing. When I'm talking about healing the land, it's not just me, it's not just you, it's everybody. So even my prayer last evening that the Lord will get to the occupant of the Oval, and I called his name last night. I said, God, touch that man. God, touch that man. Let him see himself for who he is. Let him see himself in the mirror, God. God, speak to him, rattle his spirit, get him up, get him moving, get him to come lay before you, get him to ask for forgiveness, have him repent, God, have him stand up and make a speech that his base will be like, who is this man? And the rest of us will be cheering on and saying, thank you, God, for changing the heart of this man. All I keep hearing, all I keep seeing is Pharaoh. That's the only person I keep seeing when I try to pray for Donald J. Trump. and I'm going to continue to pray. But for the fact that the Louisville Police Department has sent out this thing canceling all police vacation as they get ready to give the answer to Breonna Taylor, there's just some unrest in my spirit. So we have that to contend with today. And speaking of the Supreme Court, and let me share this. I think as women, we're probably all excited to see, well, yeah, okay, there's 3 women's names. But I've already started doing my research on the 3 women's names that were on the top of the list, including one where I believe there were 27 Democrats who voted for this person. Couple things. Number one, I can't think of their names. Forgive me, I didn't write them down. Number one, it was for a different court system. That's number one. So you just can't say, wow, there was all this support. Well, what was the court that they were appointing her to? And I cannot think of her name. If somebody has it, please put it in there. She's one of the top 3. And the other thing is to know where she stands. When I started digging in all 3 of the names yesterday, none of them felt good. None of them felt good to my spirit at all. And yes, we're women, so you're thinking, well, all women care about their bodies. Well, yeah, I think we all do care about our bodies, but at the same time, where do they stand? Where are they in their walk? Where are they in their walk with the Lord? Where are they and what do they believe? How have they voted in the past? You can find out. Y'all, this is public knowledge. You can see how many people they've sent to prison. You can see how many people they released. You can see their nationality. You can see their background. You can see their the socioeconomic status of the people that they sent to prison or the people that they didn't. You can see if they let the 1% go free. Y'all, that information is there for a reason. Please, I beg of you to do your research. Do your research. Don't just listen to the sound bites. Don't just take my opinion or the opinion of what's happening on the news. Don't just do that. Do your research. Know what there is about these candidates. And from what I can tell, I'm going to continue to resist. I'm going to continue to resist. Right now, we have 2 GOP. We have Susan and Lisa, Susan Collins and Lisa McCloskey. I said it right today. They said no, they're not. They don't believe that there should be a vote that goes forward. All we need are 2 more GOP, and that will hold the line. So call your senators. Call your senators. There's a tagline on my wall. Go there, get that, call it. They're not answering the phone anymore, so just leave a message. At one point, there were so many calls that the system shut down. The system shut down. As of yesterday afternoon, I gave y'all some numbers on yesterday, but as of yesterday afternoon, there has been over $160 million that have come in. All types of donation records have been shattered. There's been over $160 million that have come in since the passing of Ruth Ginsburg. Let me also share this, and this was great to see, and I wanted to read this. It says, former Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg will lie in repose at the Supreme Court today and Thursday. Officials announced yesterday with a modified ceremony due to the pandemic. Ginsburg's casket will be stationed under the building's massive portico, both days allowing the public to pay respect outdoors. She will then lie in state, y'all. She's the first woman. She will then lie in state in the U.S. Capitol Friday, becoming the first woman to receive the honor. Ginsburg will be buried next week at Arlington National Cemetery next to her husband, Martin. So that is happening as well. So you want to talk about Supreme Court? Let me just give y'all some information that I've been able to uncover. Y'all, this is really about women. This appointment is really about women. It's really about women. So it's personal for me. It's personal because I have a daughter. It's personal because my mom is still alive. She's 85. It's personal because of my sisters. It's personal because of my sister-in-laws. It's personal. My sister-in-law, excuse me. It's personal because of my female friends. It's personal because of my nieces. It's personal for me. It is personal for me. So this position is all about women's health. This seat will be all about women's health. I'm going to read something else that came out yesterday. And forgive me, I know I'm giving you a lot of information. what came out yesterday, it says arguments. Now hear me. Yeah, we need to understand this. Arguments are scheduled for November the 10th. Excuse me, this is after the election, y'all. Arguments are scheduled for the Supreme Court docket on November the 10th for the Affordable Care Act. This just upped the ante with voting. So on November the 10th, a week after the election, they will begin hearing on the Affordable Care Act. They will be hearing on the Affordable Care Act. And what's on there are to remove pre-existing conditions. The piece that Affordable Care Act covered, they cover pre-existing conditions. They want to remove that. The GOP wants to remove that. That's the argument, y'all, that will happen on November the 10th. That's the argument that will happen. Hear me again. That's the argument that will happen on November the 10th. Hear me, people. They've already deemed the coronavirus 19, COVID-19, as a pre-existing condition. Let that sink in. Y'all, we have to follow the money. People are already saying that since they've had COVID-19, this is happening to them, that's happening to them. Their whole health record has changed. It has become a pre-existing condition. They've labeled it so. So on November the 10th, y'all, voting is so important. So take the names away. I keep telling y'all that. Take the names away. You care about your health. You care about your family's health. You care about health care. On November the 10th, the Supreme Court will make a decision on the Affordable Care Act on pre-existing conditions. No, we don't want that seat filled. We don't want that seat filled until the new president has been elected, and please, God, may there be a new president. A new president has been elected and has been installed. So I'm very careful not to tell you who to vote for. I'm just telling you what's happening. So on November the 10th, they will hear that at the Supreme Court. That is happening, y'all. That is happening. If you need more, remember Don Wooten from last week. It's interesting how we're not talking about him. We gonna continue to fight and pursue justice as RBG would have us to do. But we also need to remember Don Wooten. Don Wooten is the ICE nurse who is the whistleblower about immigrant women having their uteruses removed, having hysterectomy without their consent, without even knowing it's happening. All right, y'all, that's why we must register. And that brings me to today. That's why we must register to vote, then vote. Today is the day, y'all. It is National Voter Registration Day. All right, here's what I need all of us to do. Hopefully you put your plan together yesterday. Today is the day. Today is the day. I need everyone, when we're done with this video, with this live, I want everyone to check your voter registration. And we all know we can go to iwillvote.com to check that, iwillvote.com. If you're going to put in the link, do www.iwillvote.com. Check it. I don't care if you checked it last week. Check it today. Check your polling place. Check and make sure all your information is correct. If you have moved, y'all, you know you got to update that information. So check all your information. If you see any red flags, deal with it today. So that's the most important. Check yours. Okay, once you have checked your information, know this, your vote is your voice. So let's use it. We got to use it. So you're going to share your vote story. You're going to share the reasons why you vote with at least 3 other people today. With at least 3, that's minimum. Please do more, but with at least 3 other people. Share on your social media platforms. Do a Facebook Live or an IGTV if you have to. Make sure it's less than 3 minutes. Be very passionate about it. Tell your story. Here's the truth. Nobody can argue your story. Why? Because it's your story. It's your story. So please do that. Send email, send text message, do whatever. By now, you should all have the app Outvote on your phones. Have Outvote, then upload your contacts. You will see if any of your contacts who are 18 and over are not registered to vote or haven't voted in however many elections. You can then send a text message encouraging them to register to vote. You can do that. Now, here's something that's important, and please, somebody put this down here as well, and remember to use the www. If any of your friends or family live overseas or serving in the military overseas, give them this U.S. Vote Foundation link. Kenya saying also go to www.ballotpedia.org to see. Yes, that site right there is one of the best sites. Thank you, Kenya. Y'all, if y'all look in the thread, Kenya just gave another link. Check that out as well. All right, y'all. So if you have friends or family that are in the military or living overseas, and they need to check anything with their voter registration or even get registered, give them this link, www.usvotefoundation.org. usvotefoundation.org. That's anybody living overseas, anybody in the military overseas. That's the link you want to give them, usvotefoundation.org. All right, y'all. If you live near a college campus, now you just can't go bumping up in anybody's class. And remember, we're still in the coronavirus, and the numbers are on an uptick. Good morning. Check my morning message. Okay, well, do canvassing on college campus. If you have a question for me, Diana, to ask here, put it here, because my phone is on Do Not Disturb, so I won't get it. Do canvassing on college campuses, whatever that looks like for you. And it's okay, y'all, to still use paper ballots. You can go to your board of election, tell them you want a stack. They'll give you sometimes up to 100. You can take those. Some people just want to be, they want you to hand it to them. Make sure that case, I don't know if coronavirus is transferable now with touch or not. Who knows? We don't know anymore. So, or put them on a desk or put them on a billboard. Go into Starbucks, see if you can tag some up on the wall. And I don't even know if those even work anymore because I don't think you can touch. So I don't know, but you can still use the paper ones. Older people may say, I don't have access to a computer. Leave them the paper ballot. The paper registration. So you have that as well. Now, this is how you can help people today, y'all. And these are some errors I've seen myself where I'm working, where if I'm one-on-one with somebody, even if they're on the phone or whatever, make sure that their birth date goes in the birth date line and today's date goes into today's date line. On some forms, they're so close that sometimes people mix those two dates up. So you want to make sure before they hit send or before they sign it, that information is correct. So check their dates, driver's license, state ID number. Make sure they are transposing those correctly. I know with me, when I'm writing down some information, I can write it down. I'll forget a number. So, have somebody read it while you write it, or you read it while they write it. Do something like that. OSU has student organizations spread campus. Great. And many of them do. Many campuses do. But if you happen to see a student, you're on a campus anywhere, ask the question. Just ask. So make sure their driver's license and state ID numbers are correct. Here's the thing. We're too close to the end of voter registration where there needs to be any errors on their registration because they will kick out. And when they kick out, it could be too late to change it, or it could be so close that with the U.S. mail, we don't know what's going to happen. So make sure. I have a friend, she received a form the other day telling her that her address was incorrect and that she put something on there wrong. So she's fixing that now. She says, what do I do? I said, at this point, take it down there. Don't even trust the mail. Take it down there. So I believe she did that. And I was reading it because she sent me a copy of it, and I was like, what? And she said, well, they said I checked this, but on the form it didn't look like she did, but hey, whatever, do what they say, take it back. So she did take hers back. Make sure that you have the correct address. Make sure you have the correct zip code. I know that sounds crazy, but listen, we don't have room for error right now. We don't have room. And then send all registered voters to confirm their information. If someone says, oh, I've already registered, yes, say, okay, that's great. But can you just do me a favor? Can you just check your registration? I don't need to stand here with you, but here's the link to check it. And then give them one of the links that I have been giving you over the last, 15, 16 weeks now. Please, y'all, please, 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 everybody check your registration. Check it. Please check it. All right, y'all, we got work to do today. We got work to do. On tomorrow, when we come on, just when you come on, we say our good mornings and everything like that, go ahead and put in the thread tomorrow how many people you spoke with, or if you know that they registered, how many. We won't condemn anybody. We won't, because who knows? I believe in what we teach in church and in Bible study. I may be the person who gives the seed. Somebody else may comes along and water it. Somebody else may come along and make sure that it has been growing. So, we may be planting the seed. Somebody else may be coming around. You know how it happens. Every now and then, this has happened to me too. Yes, in Ohio, the last day to register to vote is October 5th. Many places is like that. I believe Maryland, Pastor Alex, you tell me if I'm correct, is October the 13th. There are places that are already voting. That's the other thing I want to share with you. When we go to early vote, and in Ohio it's October the 6th. I don't know where it is in other places. But when we go to early vote, if you choose that method, don't go alone. We saw what happened Friday, I believe, in Virginia, where there were some opposition with people going to vote early and in the ruckus that took place. Please don't go alone. Please, please, please don't go alone. Go with somebody. Go with somebody, please. So October the 5th, that's the last day to register to vote. Today, we want to just have those numbers, however many people are registering. You just want to check. I know that for me, if I hear something more than 1, 2, 3 times, I'm thinking, okay, this is something I need to do. So don't worry about telling someone or encouraging them to vote. I gave y'all a whole lot of information in a very short time. A whole lot of information. The main thing is today is National Voter Registration Day. Please, minimum 3. Let's go for 3. But of course, we want more. Check your information. By now, until you vote, you should check your information at least once a week. I talked about RBG. She will lie in state starting today and Thursday. She's the first woman, y'all. She's the first woman that will be at the U.S. Capitol on Friday. The first woman to receive this honor. For the win. I gave you a whole lot, so let me just wrap this up. For the win, Clara, and I hope I pronounce her last name correctly, Spera, I believe, Clara Spera. She is the granddaughter of RBG, notorious RBG. And she set the record straight yesterday. We know the occupant tried to, and I don't know who in their right mind would do that. Deadline for marriage, October 13th. So I was right. Look, I'm remembering all these different states as they're changing. Yay. Thank you, Pastor Alex, for that. She explained, and it's sad that she had to get on television to explain. This is what happened in this room. The doctor was there, family was there. This is what happened. I pulled out my laptop. I said, is there anything you want me to say? She wrote down what her grandmother said. She even says, and I quote, I read it back to her. She was very happy with that. She set the record straight, and she didn't bite her tongue. So Clara gets the win for today. And I think for all of us, it may be painful. We may lose some friends by saying, this is how I take a stand. Again, y'all, and I don't want to keep repeating myself. It's on here if you want to rewatch it. But on November the 10th, a week after the general election, the Supreme Court will hear the arguments about removing the pre-existing piece from the Affordable Care Act. Coronavirus, COVID-19, is now tabbed as a pre-existing condition, which means that everybody with that pre-existing condition would not be able to be covered under the Affordable Care Act if they remove that. That's what's on the docket for November the 3rd. It may not be on there in word, but it's on there depending upon how you vote. All right, y'all. We got work to do today. It's National Voter Registration Day, and it is happy fall to everybody. Today is the first day of fall. Let's go out and get people registered, whether you're doing it in groups or one-on-one. Use your social media platform. Use all the resources that I've given you. If you're just now joining, no problem. Go back through. Listen to what I shared. I am Gail Dudley. I got to get over to IGTV with your news in motion. And I will be back here tomorrow at 7:25. Excited to hear your outcome. All right, y'all. Be blessed. Hi, Felicia Barnes. I got to go to IGTV. Come meet me over there. You'll hear the same thing. Bye, everybody. Be blessed.